podle mě by všechno mělo, protože tam 97 achievementů, kamo tam bude za každý rozhodnutí separátní achievement. Content varování. Toto je hororová hra, takže není vhodná pro všechny, pro děti. Je tady občas blikající obraz, bla bla bla, motion sickness, bla bla bla, můžeš to vypnout, bla bla bla. Jakýkoliv horor, z který můžeš najít, měj srdíčko a projdi je skrz. Nejsou tu žádný premature endings, ani žádný špatný rozhodnutí. Jsou tady jenom jinačí perspektivy a nový začátek. Tohle je love story. Wow, ona vypadá jako, že je tak osamělá a tak bezmocná a já jí musím jí pomoct. Shirley se nic nestane. Shirley, chat. Shift A, enter, space, arrow, control, escape. Tak jo. Jdeme ji zachránit. Kapitola 1. Hrdina a princezna.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Yay!
Hail to the king, baby.
You're here to slay her.
Jseš tady, aby si ji
If
zabil.
you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Konec světa pro koho? Jo, aha, tady jsou dialogové možnosti. Ary, díky za stovečku. Konec světa? O čem to mluvíš? Zabití princezny je docela špatný, ne?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Wow, společnost. OK. Tiše pokračovat.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Chata v horách.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Jak bylo to, že můžeš...
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Pokračuj do chodby. Teda do chatrče.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted with a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note.
Kámo, já ti říkám, že ty vole, tady to bude vypadat super easy a pak se to začne všechno komplikovat a resetovat a time loopovat. Bude to Stanley Parable shit.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Budeš potřebovat tuto čepel, pokud to chceš udělat správně. Já tam jdu bez kudly, ať mě s ní nemůže pobodat.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Přesně tak, to, že ji zabiju, jí vlastně reálně tím pomůžu.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Jsem to já! Rytíř, co přispěchal na záchranu.
Hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Jsem instantně ryznutý.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here.
Lhářka. Mrtka. Hi! Jsem tu, abych tě zachránil. Ahoj. myslím si, že jsem tu, abych tě zabil.
You must have the wrong address.
Ha!
Great job. You've given away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. You were joking about coming to kill me, right? Do you think you could get me out of these chains?
Čau Vojto, jsem rád, že jsi zahrál hru o mém životě.
Jakože jsi připoutanej. Zlami jí obě nohy a zdrhni. Aha. Hold on. Nejdřív si pojďme promluvit. To je Alice v řetězech.
Okay.
Pojďme si promluvit, mladá paní. Spíš, tady je takových možností. Já jsem si nedělal prdel. Opravdu jsem tu proto, abych tě zabil. Protože máš ukončit svět.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
Klasický Vojtěch a jeho sestup na spirála, chvíli po rozchodu a hraje lolko a hry o vraždách ženy. Ale...
I don't remember much about
hele,
it,
mohla to
to
být
be
nekopara,
honest.
chat.
I've been down here for so long.
To je ta švédská princezna z Kingsmanu? No tak mi nabídne Anála.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
Jak má ukončit svět? Odrazit otázku. Co budeš dělat, když tě pustím?
The princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life.
Byla tady už moc dlouho na to, aby věděla, co by dělala, kdyby měla jiný život.
She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Tohle je prostě klasický školka nebo dračí doupě. Nechal jí tady ve věži otec.
What I do doesn't really matter, right?
Jak to
myslíš? At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust.
Trust? Aha.
Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
Aha.
I don't trust that. And I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
Ty pičo, je dobrá.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me.
Come on, je dobrá.
This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about. Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Ty pičo, ona je dobrá.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
Rouhačka, lhářka, je tu zamčená, protože kradla chleba a určitě se tahá s ďáblem. Večer jsem jí viděl se potoulat po vesnici. Nevěří, určitě to je čarodějnice.
She's a witch! Vrať se zpátky pro čepel, bez toho, aby si něco řekl. I'm getting out of here. Jak se jmenuješ?
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
Ona na mě použila totálně mrdavý oči, jako je to pravda, no.
You can address me as your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if your Royal Highness is too formal.
Dobré, ale to není jméno.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's
Ona má šílený oči Vojtas. Jako jo, no.
Princess.
Musíme ji umístit na tabulku. Šílený lomeno hot. Jestli bude nad čarou, tak ji vysvobodím. Já tě nemůžu zabít, ale nemůžu tě ani pustit. Je to riskantní. Co kdybych tu zůstal a dělal ti společnost? Možná tak budou všichni happy.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
Ha!
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Dobré, ale ty bys tady byla ještě na věky, kdybych nepřišel.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
Víte tady roky, ty vole, jak do prdele, že by našla cestu pryč.
So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
Hail to the king, baby.
Ona má šílený oči, Vanessa měla pravdu.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope
Hail
for
to the
all
king,
our
baby.
sakes it's the right one.
Za prdel pozná středověk.
Už teď jí chci olizovat nohy.
Já mi doslova přišlo 5 sekund po tom. I can fix her. Chat. Já si myslím, že ji dokážu spravit. OK? Boys. Boys. Jsem pohledný, šarmantní, vtipný mladý muž, mám spoustu volného času, nulový závazky. Jsem samozřejmě jakoby workoholik, ale mám spoustu možností. Podle mě dokážu jí dát krásný, teplý hnízdečko, kde se může rozvíjet, kde se může vyléčit, kde se má realizovat a nemusí se starat o žádný píčoviny a finance. Já si myslím, že je čas jí fixnout. OK. Pojďme ji vysvobodit.
You can't be serious.
To snad ne.
Thank you. Thank you. You won't regret this, I promise.
Za A. Točka. Za B. Borka je tak manipulativní, že bych si s ní klidně zničil život.
Bruh. Děkuju ti, nebudeš toho litovat.
You're making a huge mistake.
Děláš obří chybu.
No. I think you're doing the right thing.
Ne, myslím, že děláš správnou věc.
Walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy. Far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
OK, řetězy není možný rozjebat.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Nemám klíč, no.
Maybe it's
U Gandhi
somewhere
ho mají.
upstairs.
Možná je někde nahoře.
Whoever locked the princess away down here.
Tato streamerka to zrovna taky hraje. Koukni mrk
They
mrk.
wouldn't have just let.
Můžeš to ukládat? Můžeš to ukládat. Proč tam máš saba? Nemám tam saba, jebe vám. Co když tady není klíč, co pak budeme dělat?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains?
Možná nějak můžeme rozbít řetězy?
Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
Co? Jak jako vyříznout tě z těch řetězů?
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance.
Ona prostě absolutně casual dropnula, že jí mám
If
odříznout
we were
ruku.
stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about
Ona je jak
cutting our way
kojot.
out if it meant we
Ona si
could
prostě,
finally
ona
be
si
free.
uhryže nohu.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut.
Skvělý.
The click of a lock sliding into place.
Skvělý.
Is someone else here?
Někdo mě právě zavřel.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Jsem tady už s ní zamknutý.
Your shouts and pleas are
Zařval jsem, ale nikdo mi
You're here to slay
neodpověděl.
the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Musíš zabít princeznu a neodejdeš, dokud to nedokončíš.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade.
Ty vole, ano, mohl jsem si vzít tu čepel. Dobře, bylo by to jednodušší. Drž
Easier
hubu.
for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
No, bude muset přijít ještě druhý zachránce pro nás pro
If we
oba.
could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
Podívej se na tu jednu ruku v řetězech, už ji nemá. A teď měla vždycky jenom jednu.
She barely hesitates.
What the fuck?
Her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. The clang of bouncing metal.
Ty vole, já jsem říkal, že je kojot, ale ona se do toho fakt vrhnula s chutí, jak kdyby ty vole byla starý fotr, co zrovna objevil, křidílka z Popeyes.
It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
Ty vole, spadla ocelová trubka? Nope, je to čepel.
Or we could use it to free her. You
Hail to
won't
the
like
king,
what
baby.
happens if you do that.
Slay the princess, save the princess.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place.
Tak jo, pojďme pokračovat.
You cut into her flesh.
Prořezáváš její maso.
The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
Bro.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
Nevydala ani hlásku.
No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours.
Ano, Vojtas, to byl skvělý joke, nicméně Anna Bolejnová byla žena krále Jindřicha, tudíž to byla král. Dobré, chat, ale to by nefungovalo. Musíme, hele, you have to make do. Dripuje rytmicky na zem.
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Prej, teď ta ruka naroste.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Děkuji, čas vypadnout.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
To není moje volba!
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Kámo, já jsem doslova Tyler Durden versus narrator ve Fight Clubu. Brad Pitt drží moji ruku s tou kudlou. To jsou moje dialogové možnosti! Počkej. Jedna je warn her.
Stop that.
Přestaň.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect.
Dobrá práce, dobrý dodge.
Stop it! Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Když mám ten ukazatel, už mám kudlu. Do píče, resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
Nope.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance,
I am frozen.
Princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
What the fuck are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture.
Kde jsou nastavení jako nastavení? Jo, tady. Se na trošku níž tu hudbu.
Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
GG.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she?
Ona neví, jak se používá nůž.
Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
Za chvíli vykrvácíš, stab wound je stab.
I'm so sorry.
Dala mi sloppy topy, akorát, že je londýnský.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this.
Tak to ale nemůže skončit. Jo, já bych přesně tak, že bych se mohl po Monice už poučit. Nevypadá to.
Rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark. And you die.
Kapitola 2. Dáma.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin.
Ano.
You're here to slay her.
Ano.
A warning before you go any further.
Ano.
She will lie, she will cheat.
Ano.
If only you knew what you did to us, you villain. Excuse me? Forget he said anything. But he is a villain. He made
Kdo je smitten?
brutally take our life last time. He is trying to keep us apart, but he won't be able to withstand the power of our love.
Skvělý, takže už je tady jeden frajer, který ty vole, už je ten simp. Pak jsem tady já a pak je tady ještě vypravěč.
Last time? What are you talking about?
A ten si to nepamatuje.
I think he just likes to hear the sound of his own voice. Let's try to ignore him. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear
To je hra pro bahňáka. Chat, ona...
Sometimes
Bahňák říkal, že si v bojnicích našel holku a vyloženě 2 dny potom hraju tuhle hru náhoda.
pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead. The interior of the cabin. The blade is your...
Hele, vezmeme... Počkej, tady je zrcadlo.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
Dobré, ale to je zrcadlo, neměl bych v něm být vidět.
This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Interiér se změnil, Monek S. Fakt?
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how
Ten
ridiculous...
se možná upír. Upír Dex?
But there was a mirror a second ago. And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
What?
You take the blade from the table.
Ok, vezmeme si
It would
čepel.
be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. I suppose if we're to play the role of dashing knight, we need an equally dashing sword. That way she'll know we can defend her from her enemies.
Ty vole, ten hlas toho simpa.
Hopefully it doesn't put her on edge. There's no use arguing over motivations right now. It's good that you took the blade. You'll need it to do your job.
Jdeme jí zabít. Tentokrát teď ji zabijeme, ten simp určitě se bude bránit, ale určitě to odemkne něco nového.
Revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold, but it's still a stone basement. With a soft voice.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I think we're in love.
Ten je v píči, kámo, GG. To je tedy jeden kámoš prostě, co už se toho nevzdá.
Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever we can to save her, but saying we're in love is a bit much, don't you think? We don't even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember,
Spadl do vagíny a už se
charms
nemůže
are
dostat
all
ven.
part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
Přesně, jsi jenom hlas v mojí hlavě.
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dead.
Počkej, jak comeback? Jak to si mě pamatuje ona?
She called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. You've been here before, haven't you?
Ona si to pamatuje.
That's right, villain. And you killed us.
Well, she killed us.
Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world. But everything reset. Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
Horrible for you, maybe. But we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
We never saw a world end.
Přesně, my jsme nikdy neviděli, že by svět skončil. Jako můj svět skončil, protože jsem umřel, ale jsem back. A tenhle druhý kokot taky.
Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
OK, tak, zabila si mě minul naposledy. Bolelo to, proč si to udělala?
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
Aha.
Did we?
Jsme nechtěli.
We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, to show us mercy and make the best decision for everyone.
To je gaslighting, to je profesionální gaslighting.
She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
Je tomu tak? Rescue, slay. Slay! Ukončila si svět potom, co si mě zabila?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Přestaň mi na otázky odpovídat otázkama!
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
Ne, já jsem nechtěl, aby skončil svět. Svět stojí za hovno, lidi jsou jako mor. A doufám, že se je všechny sejmula.
I can't believe that the fate of the entire world has been left in the hands of a misanthrope.
Lucky for you, I did destroy the world. I destroyed all of it and made it awful for everyone.
Ona mi doslova říká to, co chci slyšet.
I'd point out that she just admitted to obliterating the entire world, but I guess that wouldn't actually move you. Oh, it moves me. Whatever we do next, we should do our best to not let her out.
But have you seen her angelic face? She should get a pass. She just wanted to make us happy.
Kámo, ty vole, Voice of Smitten by doslova si měl pustit celý život free.eu.
By destroying the world?
Apparently, yes.
Hail to the king.
Omlouvám se, že ohledně toho, co se stalo naposledy. Vypravěč, který mě jsem poslal, převzal moje tělo. Bylo to super nefér.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
Bro.
She took that in stride.
Čet, ale to je v po.
And almost unsettling.
Já si myslím, že ji furt dokážu spravit.
That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
Ne, asi ona má hlasy v hlavě, nebo to jsem jenom já?
She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
I think he's right, because
A tě
I like it
namotává jak
better if she
kazetu.
doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
OK, je čas. Jdu jí zabít.
Blade in hand, you run the princess down. Wait, no! You barbarian, what do you think you're doing? But you ignore the pleas of the foolish little voice and press on. The princess's eyes grow wide with terror as you approach, but she does absolutely nothing to stop you. Your blade pierces her heart, and she collapses pathetically to the ground.
I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong?
No, my love, you did nothing wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Not you.
I'm going to die now. I think that's what you want.
And just like that, she's dead. And the world is saved. Thank you for seeing this through. I know it must have been difficult.
Bro. Co ti jebe, ona je z Kanady. Achievement odemčen, Lady Killer. Proč to má jenom 21% hráčů? Banda zasraných simpů!
I feel sick. Sick? You took part in the murder of the fairest creature that's ever lived. And you merely feel sick? I, for one, am absolutely distraught. Grief-stricken. Inconsolable.
Neposer se z toho, bratře. Ještě má třeba někde OnlyFans. Už tam nebude nový content, ale...
Get over it. You smarmy ass. There's nothing in the world worth getting over it for.
Ty vole, getting over it mi zrujnovalo život v roce 2017.
You raise the blade, aiming the point directly towards your heart.
Uh-oh.
Excuse me? No, you absolutely do not do that. Yeah, let's not make any rash decisions. We should give ourselves a minute, take a deep breath. Rash. The only rash decision we've made was running our cursed blade through her heart. This is far from rash. This is measured. This is the only thing left for us to do now that she's gone.
Ale ne. Já tady rozhoduju a říkám ne.
Exactly, you're not doing this. All of you may have previously thought that my passions were too great to stifle, but those were merely passions of joy. My passions of sorrow run deeper than the ocean itself, and you'll find that they are far more unstiflable. Haven't you? Haven't you all? I don't believe this. What? What don't you believe? You plunge the blade into your own heart and collapse to the floor. You can't be serious. Why are you helping him?
Já jsem nic neudělal.
I'm not. He just made it happen. I'm sorry. That's right. You're all sorry. Everything goes dark, and you die.
GG, chat. Tak, ok, kapitola 3. Šedý. Grade 256, tady by mít cameo.
Huh? Horrid monster. Do you think just because we've returned to the woods you've earned my forgiveness? Our beloved had best be alive and well when we return to the cabin, or you'll never know the end of my wrath.
She won't be alive and well when we return to that cabin, because she's dead. We killed her.
Generuji nový run. Generuji novou chajdu. Generuji princeznu. Generuji kudlu. Generuji hlasy v hlavě.
You killed her, and so I killed you.
And you clearly didn't do a good enough job. I'm still here.
Počkej, kdo je Voice of the Cold? Jo, to je ten zabitej teď.
Oh, and I'm still here too. If you lot get to be blessed with seemingly
Počkej, každou kapitolu se přidá nový hlas. Bro, já na konci téhle hry budu mít víc hlasů v hlavě než McAvoy ve Splitu.
I doubt it. I think I'm better at killing than you are.
So you've been here before. Of course you've been here before. What count is it this time? 2?
It's our 3rd. What gave it away?
Your open discussions. I couldn't care less what he knows. Every second we stand around arguing in the woods is a second that I'm anxiously worrying about her. Take us to the cabin and take us there now. With each passing moment, our relationship may be damaged even further. though I fear the rift between us may already be permanent.
And if it is permanent, then what? You'll kill us again?
Oh, you just wait and see. My vengeance will echo the depths of my bereavement.
Don't provoke him. I'd prefer if we didn't die again. I'm not fond of dying. Why not? You've already done it twice. It was unpleasant. It was only unpleasant because you think it's supposed to be unpleasant.
Co ti jebe, kámo, já tady mám emaře, já tady mám hrdinu, já tady mám simpa, vypravěče.
I'll make you feel what I feel if it's the last thing I do. And mark my words, you won't like it when it happens.
Oh, how exciting. I'd love to see you try.
Can I? Well, I'm not just going to try. I'm going to actually do it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Oni se bejtějí navzájem.
I am too.
Kamu, to jsou normálně tvoje vnitřní Mášovy hlasy o tom, jestli má dát kratom do monstra. Já to udělám. Já ho tam opravdu dám. Ano, tak to udělej. Ne, já to tam opravdu dám, já to zmixuju dohromady a půjdu hrát lolko a prohraju 12 her v řadě. Tak jo, už se na to fakt těším. Já to fakt udělám! Boom, pěkně to tam vypije, to jde hrát lolko.
Can I talk now? Yes, I can. Great.
Dead Signal jsem dohrál, byl to 7-8 hodinový stream, ale dal jsem to.
It means that the princess is not dead and that her very existence currently poses a direct threat to the entire world. I'll believe that when I see her living body.
Did I hear that right? He says she's alive. Our beloved lives again.
Yes, she's alive. But you're going to have to make her not alive. You'll have to slay her.
We absolutely will not. This is a tale of love and redemption, and this time it will not end in bloodshed. Except ours, if any of you try it.
Budeš už tady hrát Modern Warfare 3. Čtvrtek, 6 hodin večer, zapíjáme stream a odemyká se kampaň, takže někde v půlce dní v 7 začneme a hrajeme do té doby, dokud neskončí. Jeden večer, jeden průchod. Modern Warfare 3. 2. listopadu. Tak. Tady jsem skončil, otočit se a odejít.
You can't run from your consequences forever. One way or another you'll have to face what you've done.
Let's see what we can find. It's bound to be more interesting than doing the same thing over again.
Přesně tak, ty vole, tady třeba určitě bude něco novýho.
Something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up the cabin.
Oh ne, jsem vybočil ze smyčky.
What's going on? Where are we? I don't know. But it feels like home.
Of course, oblivion is what we deserve.
Tento vesel je plný. Potřebuji něco prázdného, do čeho můžu vlízt. Potřebuji něco mýho tvaru. Tohle je noční můra, probuď se. Wake up! Není. Kapitola 1.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin.
Achievement odemčen. Opravdový Slay the Princess začíná tady. Poznáš to, až to uvidíš. A co ještě jsem dostal achievement? Denial.
Hail to the king, baby.
Nevrátil ses na svoji cestu. Never ending cycle. Go again. Nesezbíral všechny půveční šňůry, aby se probral z noční můry.
You're here to slay her.
Konec světa. OK, a zvážil si, že jsem možná v pole s tím, že se skončí.
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some
Děkuji Díkezu za 19, Krubicákový za 28, Rastleredík za 13, Makrozdík za 65. Sweet, vždycky jsem chtěl zabít monarchu. Viva la revolucion. Ardisovi se záhadně tahle hra zjevila v košíku.
That's the spirit. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie.
She will cheat.
And we're not going to go through with this. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Co se teď bude dít, chat? Hlasy v hlavě zmizely.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely the blade.
Tak, vezmeme si kudlu.
You take the blade from the table.
Jdeme do sklepa.
The door to the basement creaks open. Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Ty pičo, z ní je domy, momy. OK, bro, tak tohle je špatný. Teď mi tu kudlu vezme a naplivne mi do obličeje.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Jenom tě kontroluju.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful.
Já to ochladím.
Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Kámo, dost, ty vole, já, tak tuhle určitě zvládnu spravit. What? Ne.
That giant knife you're holding kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
The blade. Of course she doesn't want to talk. Who'd want to have a conversation at knife point? We should drop it. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. But killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us. The blade tumbles out of your
So, já si chci prohlídnout. Já tahle stáda predikuje tvůj budoucí vztah se ženou. A tam určitě budou již nějaký, tam už určitě budou nějaký, se kterýma jsem byl. Jo, nebo respektive víš co, tam jako budou nějaký nový určitě, ale budou tady podle mě i nějaký, který už jsou vygenerovaný podle ty vole toho, co už si prožil. Takže si myslím, že teďko jdu zaškrtit Denisu.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor.
That's that chat.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Ano, super trapas. Jak se jmenuješ?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Počkej, jakože relationship? Are you coming?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Tomu se říká jinak dneska už. Ona je nafrněná. Jak bych tě odsud mohl dostat?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting.
Ano, můžeš jí odříznout ruku.
I'm sure of it.
Víš, proč jsem tu, abych tě zabil?
Do you?
Lhát. Ne.
You're lying.
What the fuck? Je dobrá.
Don't think that just because I'm the one in chains, it means you have a right to interrogate me.
Ty pičo, je fakt dobrá. Ale to je v pohodě, to znamená, že ji můžu fixnout.
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out.
Ty pičo, tohle to tak kurevsky nesnáším. Ty položíš 10 otázek a na žádnou nedostaneš přímou odpověď. Takovýhle lidi bych škrtil na potkání.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Problém je, že jí se asi škrcení bude líbit. Nech ji tady zamčenou a pak se rozhodni.
That seems like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have to make a choice.
Už jsem udělal volbu, nechám ji zamčenou.
I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here.
Musíš klást otázky, co vyvolají další otázky, tím vzniká určitý prostor pro neplánovanou momentovou interakci. Děkuju uživateli investiční deprese.
It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work if we just stay here and keep watch.
You're making a mistake.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way to the stairs.
It won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice?
Ona neblafuje, ona mě vůbec nepotřebuje. GG.
You can still turn around and finish the job.
Ne, zavřeme ji tu.
It'll be the death of all of us, but fine. Have it your way. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay. We can make this...
to kudlu mám v ruce, protože mám ukazatel kudlovej.
You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door.
Dal jsem tam stolík, jak ferík.
It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways.
Jak se tam dostala do píče?
Good side.
Jak se tam dostala, když má mít jednu ruku, no má v řetězu?
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
Ignoruj, a běž spát.
Just ignore her. Maybe the banging and wailing will stop if you just don't pay attention to it. You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt to silence in the cabin. The
oh
stop,
no!
And the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet.
I've become so numb.
You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach.
Počkej, neotvíraly se ty dveře se otevírají do toho skle... Já hraju za retarda.
Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
Hail to the king, baby.
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down.
Cocking her head je trošku jako něco jiného, než to, jako co bych si představil.
Or maybe I can't.
Teď má definitivně šílený oči, teď už to vidím, Vaneso.
You don't look well. A little green around the gills.
Jak around the gills? Kam já jsem Murloc?
What a shame. If you'd only help me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time, but we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Kapitola 2. Noční můra.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her.
Hail to the king, baby.
Ale ona mě znova zabije!
Again? People don't die twice.
Tak to jsi nehrál Sekiro, bro. Si jdu vymočit.
I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself.
Mikrobro, dík za 34, Tommy, dík za 21, mám tě rád, Vojtas, aha.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Shh! What if he hears us? That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you? Shit!
Paranoidní hlas.
I think you'll find yourselves very hard pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save after all.
Pojďme do Heidi.
A warning before you go any further. She will
lie, she will cheat.
Lying and cheating is her thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least she was direct with us after we decided to.
Přesně tak, minule byla hodně přímá.
Matter. Don't trust anyone. The interior of the cabin is plain. The blade is your implement.
Ty tady nejsou pryslu dveře.
If you want to do this right. Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time. It's just an empty frame. She's already got out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us?
To je super paranoidní, kámo, on si myslí, že jeho ex je všude.
I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like that, you'll struggle to get the job done.
Co je to tady za stín?
So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
To jsou další, to jsou všechny mrtvoly. To jsou ty z toho předchozího ranu.
You walk up to the wall next to the empty basement door frame.
Hail
What
to
are you
the king,
talking
baby.
about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror one. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall.
Už mám zase
I hope
viděny.
you know how ridiculous. Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
Ty vole, co když to schovává ten narrator?
Very different. I'm not the only one who sees her in the window, right? She knows that we're here. Calm down. Maybe the three of you just think everything is different because you haven't been here before. Enough of this past life nonsense. You haven't died, you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. A lot's riding on this. We should have taken the knife again. I don't think she's going to take an olive branch. We need something sharper. You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps suspended in darkness. More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes. The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood.
Vítej zpátky v
If the princess
bodu.
lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
Já si s ní prostě promluvím, to je můj game plan.
Didn't you hear my warning a minute ago? She can't be trusted. Talking won't do you any good.
Určitě mi odpoví teďko na nějakou otázku přímě.
Something tells me she isn't going to be very keen on talking anyway. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right. She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you. Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again. Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter. Because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
To se stane, když promluvíte jednou, jedinkrát na holku z umělecký. Zapamatujte si moje slova. Pojďme doprava, tam jsou oči.
You turn to the right. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are.
Co to kurva má?
Going to find you.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
No little knife this time. It's almost like you want me to get you.
Guilty! Rozdrť mi koule.
There has to be a way out of this. Think. Think!
Knees weak, arms are heavy, mom's spaghetti.
What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
As your blood begins to coagulate.
Kde se mi hromadila krev?
Part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again. You sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead, even if you look ridiculous.
She isn't attacking us. Why? The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her.
Kde mi ten jeho hlas furt i přes ten dialog se tam opakuje na pozadí.
And how are we supposed to do that? We don't have a weapon. The way out of here is if I were to be seen. That isn't my fault. Doesn't matter whose fault it is, because fighting her isn't an option right now. Then you should get looking, shouldn't you?
Proč mě neudělá, nedokončíš? K čemu ti jsem naživu? Co se stalo potom, co jsi mě zabila naposledy? Jsi šílená. Pokud máme spolupracovat, nemůžeš vypnout třeba tadyhle z toho vypínání orgánů? Ježiši, ty pičo, tohle, ty vole. No jistě, kámo. Takže já se mám kompletně změnit a všechno přizpůsobit, ale bitch, ty vole, jakmile to chceš proti ní, trošku sebereflexe, tak to je. Já jsem queen a klidně budu radši single, bro. Too hot to handle. Ale vypínání orgánů není úplně cool. Každý z developerů, co dělal tuhle hru, dělal každou jednu verzi podle svojí ex. Je to možný. Je to možný. Ty vole, tady to je. OK, let's get out of here a budeme spolu. Můžeme být kamarádi. Sleduj. Friendzone. Oh.
But that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me and then, well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too. I don't think I can move without you, and dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
Jsem jeden z developerů, moje verze je tak, když jdeš do sklepa, nikdo tam není. Ne. Když mě potřebuješ naživu, proč jsi mi vyhrožovala na schodech? Proč nejseš prostě hodná? Ale jenom díky tomu, že mám třetí hlas v hlavě. Dobře. OK, a když tě pustím, půjdeme potom se rozdělíme. A jako pejská. OK, pojďme.
What? No!
Oh, this is going to be so wonderful.
No, I'm not going to let this happen. Before you can utter another word, your body stops moving, and, shit.
Kurva, vždycky chci svaknout a ono se to přeskočí.
Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs. With a flick of the princess's wrist, the stairs slide back into place. I can't believe you're making me watch you damn everyone to torment in oblivion.
Okay, protože jsou schody.
Come along now. You don't want to be stuck down here.
Heart, lungs, liver. The princess glides onto the stairs and beckons you to follow. If only you had a weapon, this would be the perfect opportunity to use it.
Kamo, ona chodí po neviditelných schodech a jako já si myslím, že nůž by byl úplně k hovnu.
But we don't. We've already made our choice. We can still grab it on the way out. You're not wrong, but maybe you should let me handle the suggestions for the time being. Just focus on keeping us alive. Right. Heart, lungs, liver. You step onto the basement stairs, following the princess as she ascends. Pins and needles punctuate your every step, an uncomfortable and constant reminder of your mortality. Is this really worth it? At least it's a choice. That doesn't justify anything. A terrible choice is still terrible.
Make sure you keep up. We wouldn't want you to fall.
As if acting on instinct, you crane your neck and look behind you. There is nothing there. The princess reaches the top of the stairs and taps on the door. Her head twists back in your
Nebyly, počkej, tady jsou dveře.
Dead eyes.
Vy tady nebyli, když jsme sem lezli. Ne, to byl jináčí rám? Já teď nevím.
Don't
forget that your pristine blade is still on the other side. You can still make this right. You can still save everyone. You can still save yourself from becoming her tormented pet. There's no harm in us having a weapon. All it does is give us more options, and we are dangerously low on those right now.
Terrible choice is also terrible choice. Vždycky zapínáš lolko kvůli pár rankedům.
Have you considered that maybe you could operate the autonomic nervous system for a bit? Everyone is trying to manipulate us, and I can only do so many things at once to keep us alive.
Heart. Liver?
Your body seizes violently as you regain consciousness on the floor of the cabin. No, no, no! You're doing it all wrong! You're supposed to do it like this. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. I guess I have to do everything around here, don't I? Heart, lungs, liver.
There we go. Back with me where you belong. I thought you might have decided to break yourself just to spite me. It's better for you that you didn't. Now we can get back to business. For starters, we won't need this where we're going.
The princess plucks it from the floor and tosses it through the door behind you. It vanishes into the inky black of the basement, never to be seen again.
Můj nůž.
Guess we're not stabbing her in the back. I guess not. I'm going to fix myself a stiff drink. If I'm about to watch you hand the world to her on a silver platter, I'd rather not be sober.
And now you open the door.
There's nothing else for us to do. The doorknob twists in your hand, revealing the forested path beyond the cabin. You bastard.
You fucking donkey.
It's so beautiful. I can't wait to ruin it. But it's so cold, too. It's itching against my skin. Why is it so cold?
Haha! Nemáš možnost odpovědět, zareagovat. Něco jí vzalo pryč. A místo toho tu nechalo něco jiného.
She's gone. Where did she go?
Já nevím, proč mi to furt nechce ukázat to zrcadlo, bude říct, co zkouším.
There's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Já si myslím, že se musíme podívat do zrcadla.
Something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. It's calling us. And not in a good way. I'm begging you, don't do this. It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
Jsem to já. Jsem krásnej, kámo. Jsem krásnej, podle mě minimálně jednu tu princeznu musím riznout, ne? You are at the cabin. Entita, která je v prostoru mezi.
Something returns to the long quiet. It has surrendered its path of annihilation and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Teď mluví jak Firekeeperka v Dark Souls. Začne vysvětlovat lore za chvíli.
Vague recollections, empty tunnels without a mouth. I am sorry if I frightened you.
Co to vlastně jsi?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Já nevím, kdo jsem.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Je tohle to konec světa?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Solidní argument. Znáš vypravěče?
You are the only thing I have ever known.
To silně zvyšuje moje šance rizovat.
The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Víš něco o světech mimo? To je to místo.
I know only that they are. She is part of me, king, baby. And part of me is her.
Ale byla jsi vždycky princezna, nebo jsi jenom...
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Všechno je to perfect circle.
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. This one is filled with sadness. A doll, abandoned to the company of her darkest impulses. She desires only companionship, but the only thing she knows is how to hurt. She will make for a tender heart.
Vyžaduje společnost, ale umí jenom ranit.
Do not mourn her. She has finally found her way home.
Ty jsi ta, která mě poslala slejnout princeznu?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too.
Tohle určitě je část loru k FNAF. No jedna princezna bude Freddy Fazbear.
Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
Lore takový, že teď uděláš Riz of 87. Was that a Riz of 87?
So that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Nebojíš se, že najdu způsob, jak tě zabít?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
Kolik ještě kusů tebe potřebuješ?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find.
Ty pičo, tak to je úžasná matematika.
The rest will find their own way home. She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Hele, jakoby, to je řešení. Také bych si tohle občas přál. Kapitola 1. Hrdina a princezna.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin.
Generuji chatu, generuji basement, generuji princeznu.
Is a princess.
Generuji hlasy v hlavě.
You're here to slay her.
Dostanu za tohle nějakou odměnu?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
OK. Takže cinkačka bude až po tom, co to uskutečníme.
You make your way up the short path to the warning. She will
lie, she will cheat.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The blade is door to the her voice.
Hello? Is someone there?
Tu známe už.
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have. Don't let.
Ahojda!
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy. She's beautiful. I am.
To už jsme slyšeli, tohle je jak první playthrough.
Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Ano, jdu se na to podívat.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall. They're large and heavy.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for...
Podívám se ještě nahoru, možná tam najdu něco.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the base.
Dveře jsou už zavřený. Tady se můžu rovnou
make your way
vrátit.
to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been easier for who? Easier for everyone. Look at them.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the prince.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth.
A už jede,
Užívám si tvůj doutníček Stop D, ještě jedno děkuji moc, šéfe. Akorát jsem Clueless kokot, ale na vizitce měl být kód nebo... Nemám
z druhé
strany
vizitky měly být slový kódy, no. Kdyby náhodou nebyly, tak tu vizitku vyfoť a pošli to na reklamace @realgeek. Oni mají, na webu mají na tohle e-mail. Kdyby náhodou bylo něco, co tam nemá být.
It's the blade from upstairs. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Teď jí zabiju, když si odřezává ruku.
Without hesitation, bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally, the wound drives her to the ground. Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
Ano.
The princess pushes away, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
Shit.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm. Your knife cuts into and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw. Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got. Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around.
Ne.
You steel your resolve and take another step closer to the princess. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can still make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? What's this about not making it out of here alive? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone in this room is still standing right now.
I'm still standing.
Can you not feel all those
Some
gashes
Elton
and
John, baby.
holes pulling you apart? If the princess doesn't do you in here, blood loss is certain to finish the job. You take another step forward, and the princess lunges towards you. The two of you enter one last exchange, a flurry of blade and claw and fleshy ribbons. And then you stop. Neither you nor princess able to go any further. You collapse on the ground, and the princess collapses beside you. Blood pools around you both, and you watch each other fade away.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
Jak jako kamaráda, vyloženě by si mě sejmula, kdyby jsme odcházeli ty hou. Čet, já si začínám trošičku bát, že ji možná asi nefixnu. Takhle unavený Vojta po 2 minutách misíka. No, vypadáme u toho stejně.
If you think this is it, you're sorely mistaken. One way or another, I'll make sure you pay for this.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
I fucking died. GG. Kapitola 2. Čarodějnice. Ha? Tam teďko bude Anya Taylor-Joy jako princezna. Ty vole, ten artist dneska nemůže přestat vyhrávat.
And you're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Ale já jsem jí fakt rozhodně rozjebal. Jasně, ona mě zabila taky, ale proč jsem tu znova?
I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest.
Oportunista.
I'm sure we can trust him. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show. A warning before you go any further. She will lie. Don't worry.
She will lie and she will cheat.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happens to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
To je
The blade
lehce Cthulhu vibe.
You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Ale nic si neřekl o tomhle o tom zrcadle.
Because there isn't a
to protože tam žádný není.
Death, but he says there isn't one.
Nevážně, proč by mi lhal?
Come on now. He's pretty much in charge here. When have authority figures ever lied about anything?
What the fuck, Oliver?
Look at it.
Bruh.
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done?
Chceme tam mít čepelí nebo bez, chat? Váš upřímný názor? Nevím, jestli tam vůbec chodit, tak ty vole, to je celkem jasný, ale jako s tím už nic neudělám. Dej rizní tu. Dáme... Aha, tak jo, pojďme si ji nevzít. Čarodějnice zní jako, že by nemusela být tak ostrá jako ta, co jsme měli předtím v druhé kapitole.
No blade. Hope you know what you're getting us into. It'll always be here if we need it. Sure, that was also true last time and we still died, but we definitely know what we're doing this time.
Moje upřímná reakce na toto rozhodnutí. To je jenom webka Force na 2 minuty v loopu.
The basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots
to není
that
zaklínač.
hang
Says who?
The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here.
Já jsem taky ve stavu can barely penetrate. To protože každá princezna je ztracená svině. A nesmím se zdávat naděje. Furt jí můžu spravit.
The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with
thick and wet? Tak takovou princeznu bych si přál.
Her voice skitters up from below.
Tak schválně.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Já nejsem nasty.
But you are. You're a wretched little thing.
O můj bože, ona mi bude říkat, že jsem byl zlobivej hoch. Aj.
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else.
Surely.
She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation.
Držte mě. Hold me.
You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions?
Jo, pojďme si promluvit.
Do you want to hear what everyone has to say?
Nejsem bez
Or
nože.
do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about... Fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps.
Shit. Ona má pořád duaj ocásek.
You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, once again seeming to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now. What do you want?
You made a comment back in the woods about having been here before. Now she's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her.
Slay!
Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where... Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to...
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Hele, udělal jsem chybu, OK. Všichni děláme chyby, ne?
Ooh, smart. Let's apologize, get us back on the right foot.
The only mistake I ever made was thinking you would help me. And I'm not going to make the same mistake twice.
Do píči.
Well, that leaves us at a stalemate.
But unfortunately, I need you if I'm ever going to leave this place.
Oba jsme umřeli naposledy, nemůžeme to nechat za náma.
You were the one who stabbed me in the back when I was still in chains. A dirty little thing like you doesn't get to decide when all is fair.
Hele, tentokrát jsem si nevzal čepel.
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess screams as the chains fall from her wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest.
Je dobrá.
This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
Proč mám pocit, že mě bodneš do zád, pokud ti pomůžu?
And why would I do such a thing? Is someone's guilty conscience getting to them?
Proč mi na každou otázku odpovídá otázkou, nebo nikdy neodpoví konkrétně? To svině! Fakt začíná srát.
But I wouldn't worry. As much as I may hate you, letting you live is in my best interests. If you get me out of here, the only thing that will be dead and buried is the bad blood between us.
Oh, that nagging feeling you mentioned is me, by the way. I'm actually a little anxious about a potential backstabbing event. She needs us to get out of here. We'll be fine if that's what we decide to do. You won't be fine because destruction is in her nature. If she gets out of here, that's it for the world, remember? Even if that's true, that doesn't automatically mean she's going to stab us in the back. I think that depends on your definition of words like stab and in the back. She might not literally do that, but she could very well symbolically do the same thing. See? He gets it. There's nothing wrong with looking out for number one.
OK, pojďme odejít.
Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face. She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face. She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us. It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together.
It Follows. Ty vole, teď po 10 letech oznámili, že bude It Follows 2 se stejnou herečkou a se stejným režisérem. Bude se to jmenovat They Follow. Což je celkem dope. Jednička je jako hodně zajímavý horor. A hlavně má killer synťákový soundtrack.
Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together. That doesn't mean we have to trust her. Somebody has to go first, and it might as well be us. We're the ones who broke her trust last time.
To je pravda.
We're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted.
Dobře, jdu první. Minule jsem jí bodnul, tak teďko jdu první.
That's right, you're the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching every single thing you do.
Kam teď vypadá jako nový kostým Grimes, až dropne album.
That's exactly what I'm worried about.
Nebo bude u soudu s Elonem o děti.
You step onto the stairs and begin your ascent from the basement. The princess follows close on your heels.
Viděl jsi od toho režiséra Under the Silver Lake s Garfieldem. Under the Silver Lake je zajímavý film a jako je takovej, jako nevede nějak nikam, ale má zajímavý feel celou dobu jako artovka, ale má vynikající tu pasáž, když se dostane k tomu strujci, co tam hraje na piano, ty bangry. Když tam pak začne hrát Where is my mind nebo tu Nirvánu, tak to je výborný a Garfield to tam hraje skvěle.
You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous. I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already know that I'm right. This is for you. Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter idea. She can't sneak in and attack if we're facing her. No. The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots. You'll trip and hurt yourself. But the princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and in no time at all, the upstairs of the cabin is within reach. Isn't that a relief? We're fine. Nothing happened.
Nic se nestalo, clueless.
You're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your victory, are you? Why did you just say that? I think we know why. You feel something dig into your shoulder. The princess clawing at you and pulling you down with her full weight.
GG, věřil ženě. Jaj, taková rookie mistake.
Together you tumble back down the uneven stairs, your body and hers crashing against the unyielding wooden roots, until finally you both separate with a bone-shaking thud against the basement floor. You feel something pop.
To byl jebáček.
The princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact. You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realise that you won't be getting up.
Mami zlomila záda.
Wait, why won't we be getting up? I'm afraid your back is broken. One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several. You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back. We were going to help her. Why? Why did she do that? It's what I would have done if you considered not being.
Hail to the king, baby.
Of course not. It's what keeps us alive. And yet here we are, paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done.
I can't get up! Dostali jsme se odsud mohli dostat, kdybychom si věřili.
Why would I ever trust you? Your hands have spilled my blood. And knowing that, you should never have trusted me either. You should have known I would never walk hand in hand with a loathsome thing like you. By our very natures, only one of us could make it upstairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. Better me than you.
See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned, where once she'd passed by the table upstairs, I'd have said, now pick up the blade and stab her in the back. And then you'd say something like, wow, that's an amazing idea that I never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us. And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back. There's just one problem with that. And what's that? She was clearly planning to betray us. And if she was in front of us, she would have gotten to the blade first. Ugh, you're right, aren't you? I thought this whole thing was ironclad, but really it was doomed from the start, wasn't it? The princess's body twitches as she tries to get up. Ho ho ho! So she's got it as bad as us.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife? Isn't that so funny?
So fucking funny. Já se bavím.
She eyes you with intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment as her gaze travels up and down your battered form.
Čet je 1. listopadu, takže každý, kdo si odteď na tomhle streamu sáhne na pindíka, musí poslat minimum odpustkový dono. A taky musíme smazat všechny Halloween emoty GG. Budou mi chybět. Říjen uběhl super rychle se všema těma eventama, koncertama a bráškovicí. Zamávejte tomfoolery upírskému emotu, zamávejte Evérovi, který mu upadne čelist. Uvidíme se zase za rok.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
What the f...
Ajajaj.
Kamo, ještě neuplynula ani 1. minuta 1. listopadu a on už posílá do opravdu si sáhl na ptáka. Vyloženě dělat si ze mě kozy. Chci mi říct, že tady je prostě jakoby já streamuju pro hromadu nadržených masturba.
Promiň, nezvládl jsem to.
OK, chat. 2 oni vyloženě první minutu a to je tady frajerka, co mi teď zlomila záda na obrazovce a to je jediný. To je stimul, ty vole, co vám stačí, jo? Wow. Dobře, no, chlapci. Dobře. Čekal jsem reálně, že vydržíte trošičku díl. Ale jak myslíte?
Wait, are we both just stuck here? Certainly seems that way. What a way to go. Look on the bright side.
Always look on the bright side of life.
We'll be saved after all.
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat?
To je romantický.
I wonder how long it'll take.
Hail to the king, baby.
Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
Ale prosím tě, rozpadneme se oba stejně.
Is that really what's going to happen?
Ups. Když pošlu 10k, bude mi odpuštěno na celý měsíc. Jo. Majonézu, dík za kiliáše. Ty vole 3. Tak ale kurva, hoši. Je to jednoduchý, stačí tadyhle tu ruku, držet tu a tadyhle tu, držet tu. Ani jedna. Nesmí jít sem. OK. Ty nemůžeš pískat. Umím, ale něco blbě dělá přes přední zuby, počkej. Always look on the bright side of life. OK, už to mám.
Hello? Are you still there? What happens next?
Už zmizel, nerej, teda teď mě pohltí temnota.
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape. I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
Už jí bere entita zpět. Mám chycenou další.
Well, I am going to shave my face and then touch myself Agraelus.
Wow, chat, wow. Mě zajímalo, když se já sám sobě to na něco spočtu to kilo výdono. Chat.
Dvojtečka uzavírací závorka.
Chat, musíte líp ovládat svoje základní půdy. Reálně, potřebujete nějaký trénink nebo něco. Musíte líp ovládat svoje...
Pardon, nejasné instrukce.
3 minuty a 6 nebo 7 let. Chat. Si myslím, že jediný, kdo nepošlou to do nobou, lidi, co jsou teďko v práci, protože nemůžou masturbovat na veřejném prostoru.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Jsi vyděšený, protože tohle je konec. Bude to v pohodě, neboj, už jsme tady byli.
Tohle byla podpásovka Vojtas. Já si držel pindíka při přechodu z půlnoci na listopad. To nejsou fair pravidla, bro.
Sorry. Zemi láva. What?
Sorry, chat.
Chat!
Chat netuší, co dělám s pravou rukou Basejo. Začínám od znovu, Vojto. Společně to zvládneme, boys.
Michal už během první minuty kiláž poslal, ale teď. Michal má novou šanci, poslal kilo a říká, že to nechá resetnout. A od teď pro Michala teprve platí. No not November. Michale, věřím ti. Uvidíme se na druhé straně. Bude to v pořádku.
Okay. If you say so, we'll trust you.
Finally, we're going places.
Hail to the king, baby.
Přišel si k zrcadlu. They are gone once again.
Nahodil jsem proherní speedrun.
Shit. Zrcadlo vždycky znamená, že odejdou, ale já musím vidět, co tam je. A čím je odemčen the bloat, you have grown. Ty vole, já rostu. Nebude ze mě žabák? Ze mě bude žába, ne? Princezna mě políbí a oba se vysvobodíme. Bude to twist na tuto klasickou tu pohádku. A i mě roste. Ne, neroste, je 1. listopadu, nic nedělejte. Jseš opět v The Long Quiet. Je tady furt entita? Jo.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before.
Ty vole, tohle není vůbec špatný nápad.
Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Teď už jí je trošičku víc, já musím najít nějakou další. Jak moc se změnila.
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues
to není
of
fair.
expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Jaký je to pocit se takhle měnit?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
Jak se cítíš ohledně mě? Tyhle nádoby, které jsem ti přinesl, já jsem je zranil.
The vessels are a weave of emotion at odds with themselves, but they are only perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before.
Zmrde.
sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
Víš, že až tohle všechno skončí, jakmile to dokončí, jak tě zabiju, že jo?
There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons to discover.
Teorie, všechny donaty stihl poslat jeden člověk, který už se udělal 14krát. But hey, there's just a theory! A not theory! Uvidíme se u Medpetova rozboru na filmu. Co tím Scott myslel? Co chceš, abych ti přinesl příště?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them.
Dobře.
Do not worry. There are no wrong answers.
Keďže je NNN vyhonil som si ešte pred polnocou a čakal som od teba ako od single týpka, že ma podržíš. Veril som ti, nie len, že stále myslím na to, ako som ťa na stream videl bez trička, ale teraz aj pustíš nekoparu. Pepe Hands.
Byla to podpásovka, já vím.
Toto bola podpásovka sačkrát.
Byla si ke mně hodnější, než kdokoliv, koho jsem potkal, dě.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
Máš nějaké myšlenky ohledně tajemství, co jsem ti přinesl?
This one is hope, marred by bitterness. She could see the end of the tunnel, and the door was closed on her. She will make for a righteous and weathered heart. Do not mourn her. She is finally on the other side.
Nemáš žádnou preferenci, jak by se chtěla změnit nebo růst?
My preference is for you to show me. I await your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
You died. Kapitola 1.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her.
Generuji novou chajdu, generuji basement, generuji princeznu, generuji kudlu, generuji nový seed. Nemůže to udělat nikdo jiný.
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off.
Tak, co jsme ještě nedělali?
We're not gonna go ignore. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are the blade.
I give up. I've given up. Vezmu si kudlu a jdu jí zabít. Nulová konverzace, kill only.
Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous.
Proč ty z ní takhle hned?
She's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs.
Takže z ní vždycky vezmeš kudlu a myslíš,
she's so focus on the task.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Ano.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this. You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
Do piči.
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over?
My
Really
guardian angel.
over?
Lolkařky, kámo. Ne, máš nějaký trik.
It's over. You could check her sleeves if you want, but I can assure you that there's nothing hidden up there. We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse? I really don't think you should do that. And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead.
Sás.
You lean down and place your hand against her neck, holding your breath as you search for a pulse, even though you know you're not going to find one. We definitely won't if you keep talking. I'm sorry, do you want her to be alive? You just saved the entire world from annihilation. Why are you suddenly trying to call that into question? Wait, what was that?
GG.
You know what that was. That was the sound of a heartbeat, followed by another. And
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
something sharp digs into your side, the shock of it sending your nerves into a pained frenzy. Quick, let's get out of here. It's too late for that now. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between
Kde ona vzala čepel?
As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
An eye for an eye. A life for a life. I guess we're even now.
Kurva, díky za 5 darovaných subů. Počkej, není každý jeden sub za jeden. Že ne?
See you around.
You were so close. Why did you hesitate? It doesn't matter. At least you managed to take her with you. For whatever that's worth. Everything goes
Hail
dark,
to the king, baby.
And you die.
Kapitola 2. Žiletka. Máme někoho novýho.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. A warning. She will lie, she will cheat. It couldn't be more. We know what to look out. Just
cheated. Už tam pan podveden.
The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Morechanov, ne, ty dilino. Ubytovna.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Super, kdo tam je? Nemusíme ji zabíjet. Určitě to bude někdo, určitě to výjimečně bude někdo velice příjemný.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. You can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. Scraping? She's not even trying to hide her knife. It's like she wants to get in our head. That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head. Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something so wrong with that voice. Yeah, she thinks she's better than us. Like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down. Exactly. She sounds threatening because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
Vím, že máš nůž. Pustím tě, když ho pustíš.
A knife? What are you talking about? I don't have a knife. Where would I keep a knife? And why would I stab you to death? I don't know you. You haven't given me a reason to stab you to death. It would be so silly of me to cut you open and look at your insides.
What the fuck? Čet, já si myslím, že... Já se bojím, že tuhle asi nefixnu. Já jakoby tohle předávám Ardisovi, to už je reálně pro mě ty vole too far gone.
Okay, I could have sworn we didn't mention stabbing anyone to death. Sounds like she's really out for blood. Fortunately for you, she isn't armed.
Dokaž, že nemáš nůž.
It would be so much easier to prove that I do have a sharp object. I could just show it to you, but I don't have one, so I can't.
The princess smiles as she pulls her hands from behind her back.
Mega sus.
But look at this! Hands! Hands that don't have anything in them to stab you with!
Her smile stretches into an even wider grin as she shakes her sleeves.
And empty sleeves, too! Look at how few stabbing implements I have. It's practically zero.
Já bych ti věřil, ale jsi super sus.
That's so rude of you, passing judgments on strangers you've never met just because they're different from you. How would you like it if I did that, huh? Silly little bird-face thinks he's so serious coming down here but doesn't know anything. He doesn't even have a knife for stabbing. I bet you didn't like that, did you? I bet you didn't like being judged for no reason.
I have absolutely zero doubts that she is going to stab us if we get close to her. She certainly feels threatening. Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do it. But you know who has the capacity to quickly arm himself? You do. So stop second-guessing yourself, go upstairs, take the blade, and do your job. But I'm nervous. All the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her right now before you waste any more time getting stuck in your head.
Nemám zbraň. Není to náhodou názrak dobrý vůle?
Yes! Yes, of course! Haven't you seen that I've only been nice to you since you got here?
Has she? Her words have been fine, but
Hail
her
to the king, baby.
This shouldn't even be a question. She absolutely has not been nice to you.
Tady jsme byli super upřímní k sobě. Já jsem zde byl poslaný, abych tě zastavil, a ty si mě zabila naposledy.
That doesn't sound like me.
Last time? What are you talking about? Ugh, it's like the two of you are working together on this. Aren't you listening to her? She's obviously lying through her teeth. I'm terrible at spotting lies, and even I can tell something's up here. We can't be the only ones that looped back to the start. Someone else has to remember, right? Yes, something is obviously up, and we can all tell that she's lying. The thing she's lying about is how dangerous she is, not dimension hopping or time travel or whatever it is you think you're doing.
OK, jdu k ní. Nevypadá vůbec sas.
Of course I won't.
Against your better judgment, you walk across the room to within arm's reach of the princess. I don't like the way you said within arm's reach. You hear the horrible sound of metal slicing through meat. Whose meat? Not ours, right? Hers, at first. Then yours. Your neck, specifically.
Hehe.
You collapse to the ground, your vision swimming as you attempt to focus on her bloody
Ona je T1000!
flesh that was once her arm.
Ona je doslova T1000, kámo. Jako sorry, ty vole, ale proti tomu málem prohráli Schwarzenegger.
You're going to die now.
And with a quick jerk of her elbow, she does just that. Everything goes dark.
Ona má Mantis Blade, kámo. Kapitola 3. No Way Out.
You're on a path in the woods. No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin. You're what? The interior of the cabin is sharp. A constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do? I feel dizzy. Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now? Nobody. Nobody holds the cards. That's how it's always been. That's unfortunately how reality works. Who cares about cards? You're all acting like this is about winning and losing, while this is actually about having fun.
Is this fun for you? It's not fun for me. I don't like being sliced to pieces.
Great, so obviously you've already been here. How many times? This is our third? No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realise that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right? That can't be right, that's too much responsibility.
I couldn't agree more. We couldn't be trusted with the fate of a single person, let alone the fate of the world.
Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table. We take it. Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. And then, we throw it out the window! What? That blade is the only edge we have? We are not! Fortunately for the rest of you, and for me, and for the sake of the world, yes. That is horribly unfair. He shouldn't be allowed to just do things like that. You were the one who made us pick it up. See? You're not the only one who can figure out how to do things. What's done is done. I suggest...
Kámo, ta hra je doslova teď v autoplay. Já mám tolik hlasů v hlavě, že teď reálně já už nic nevybírám, oni jedou autoplay.
You're all so mad at each other. I'm just going to sit here quietly in the corner. You can be the ones to figure out what to do.
So? Are you just going to stand there, or are you going to head to the basement like you're supposed to? I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there? You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right? There isn't a door, there's just that mirror. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore. You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it.
Let's just move it out of the way without looking. I don't want to see us. I'm sure we all look awful after dying twice.
Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess. You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open. And the mirror's gone. How surprising. I can't say I was particularly invested in looking at it before, but now,
Now I really want to see what's in it. If it's so keen on hiding from us, whatever it has must be real good. Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
To byl speedrun na rozmrdaný záda.
As your body tumbles onto the basement landing, the form of the princess comes into view, wryly smiling at you from a distance.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. And you still don't have a weapon. That's funny! That's a joke! I'm going to kill you now.
Yes, that was extremely silly of whoever did that. Probably a bad idea. That was you! You know, I'm just trying to add some levity to this. Well, since all of this was your idea, how about you figure out how to get us out of it? Oh, guys like us don't get to make any decisions. You should know that. I decided to pick up that blade, and you decided to throw it out the window.
This is why we've already lost. Can't even stop bickering with ourselves. How are we supposed to beat her without a weapon? She's so sharp.
Your internal bickering is cut short by the quick sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Alright, I'm out of ideas. What we doing?
To je jednoduchý. Zkusím s ní flirtovat.
Now that is an interesting move. Interesting? It's disgusting. No, don't try romancing the princess. She wants to kill you. She's going to end the world if you don't stop her. Yeah, do we have to flirt with the murderous monster?
Wrist check, dámy a pánové, wrist check. Sledujte, můj rys.
Of course we do. I'm into it. The one making the decisions is into it. Are you not?
Ten kontrarián to potrolí, pojďme na to.
I don't think so. I could go either way, honestly.
She doesn't want us.
You're just saying that because you want her to be into you.
I know. I thought I was being obvious.
Já vím, že mě chceš zabít, ale řekl ti už někdo někdy, jak krásná jsi. Myslím, že se mi fakt líbíš. Možná i romanticky. Wow, myslím si, že tohle můžeme všechno probrat na rande. Dej the look. Co takhle, kdybys mi koupila nejdřív véču, než mě probodneš? Co ti jebe, já si jdu vychcat, kámo, tohle je důležitý rozhodnutí, čet. Musím si vybrat.
Ta prdel pozná středověk.
Ilost.
Můj rys je legendární. Takže přátelé, sledujte. Už ti někdo řekl, jak jsi nádherná puso?
A rosy blush flushes in the princess's cheeks, and a wide grin cuts across her face.
You're the only person I know, so that's a first. You're sweet. I like you. You're also gorgeous.
Já vím.
Oh, be damned. This is actually going to work, isn't it?
Yeah.
Still gonna kill you, though.
Okay, chat, shut the fuck up. Nic nepište, okay? Držte píču. Chat!
Or not. At least she likes us. I've never been liked before.
Blush still glowing in her cheeks. The princess closes the distance between you and skewers you. Ow! What worthwhile romance doesn't hurt at least a little bit?
Už je zpátky ten White Knight.
She's even said as much. Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? Nah, we'd know if we died. Right? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
I think we're dead. And that's all we'll ever be. Dead, 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 dead. Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here? I don't actually know how to answer that question. I think he means how many times have we died. Yes, that. Oh, I've lost count, to be honest.
I haven't. It's 4.
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her. We'll win her heart eventually.
Come on, show me something new.
Všechny tyhle nápady jsou na hovno, vymyšlej něco novýho. Necháme ji, ať nás bodne a potom ukážeme, že nám to je uprdele. Nemůže nás zranit, pokud nás to nebude bolet. Authority. Trošku ji nasereme. Není důvod, proč jsme se z tohle nemohli vykecat. Nefungovalo to, zabila tě znovu. Tvoje mama...
Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason. She skewers you. Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. We just have to hit her harder. She skewers you. More noise isn't helping, it's just making it harder to focus. Just keep dodging, just keep dodging, just keep dodging. She skewers you.
What's the point of avoiding me if you're not going to fight?
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up. We don't even have a weapon. Yeah, some clod threw it out the window. Again, that was you. No, I was just the clod who suggested it. And if I knew we'd be stuck here forever, I wouldn't have done that. Just panic. Flee. She skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
See? We lasted a little longer. Barely. She's going to kill this body either way. So stop feeling what it feels. She skewers you.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
We're getting close to something. Can't you feel it? One last time.
One last time.
Fine. One last time. None of this is working. Think. Think. She skewers you. And then everything goes dark. And you die.
Kapitola 4. Jsme ještě neměli. Empty cup.
Your Honor, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin. Take it from here. No steel claw, though. Was tossing it the only thing we've done that was permanent? That's a sick joke, universe. A sick, sick joke. If it's gone for good, then maybe we never actually needed it. That's what I've been telling you all. We can do this without it. We're tougher than steel.
Give them steel, lads!
Yeah, mind over matter. Who needs violence when you have love? Who needs love when you've mastered yourself? Who needs anything when we don't matter?
Kámo. Co ti jebe?
Well, boys, are we ready? There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them? Yeah, leave it to the pros. Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover. Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only it's more of a slide. We know. Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along. Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs? Or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this. Don't care, just want to see how this ends. Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it? I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing. Really? Okay then.
Here we go, now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. Then it erupts. She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
Are you ready for what comes next?
Holy shit!
She's gorgeous.
Absolutely divine.
Yes! Behold, the perfect woman. Do you think we can throw her out the window? That looked painful. How is she still alive? Heart's still beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. I'd say we bow down to her right now if that had ever even slightly worked for us.
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done.
Shut the fuck up!
What just happened? It's so quiet.
Ty taky.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once. This worked before. I was able to make you dead before. Did you do that? It's funny if you did. You're nothing. You've done nothing to me, and I've done so much to you, and that's who we are. But it's like you're nothing now. You can't be nothing. If you're nothing, then what am I? Am I nothing too? No, I'm the one who hurts you.
Be formless, shapeless. Achievement odemčen. Dobré, takhle se získává srdce slečny. Tada! Nemáte zač, chat, nemáte zač, tohle bude rok, když si konečně někoho najdete. Tohle byly moje Riz Sessions, díky, že jste na ně dorazili. DK, you have withered. Shit. Jsem vyrostl. Teď se začínám chřadnout.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
Ta prdel pozná středověk.
Já to zvládnu. Díky, Vojto.
Ty nemůžeš být opak, opaky neexistují.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
Ona je everything, everywhere, all at once. Teď musím říct, že v jináčím vesmíru bych s ní velice rád dělal prádlo a daně. Jak to můžeš vydržet?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
Kurva, já jsem se polil! Je mi jedno, nezáleží, kolikrát se vracím. Jeden z nás vždycky zraní toho druhýho.
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
Ano, ty mě trápíš a já to nesnáším. Myslím, že tě nesnáším.
It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
Já už nechci jít zpátky, chci tady zůstat na věky.
If you need time, then I will wait with you.
Čekat navždy.
You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone.
Umřít je na dlouho.
But I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
What? Dobré, ale jakoby... To se určitě můžu vrátit, že jo? Počkej, co je tady za achievementy? Romantic Haze, láska tě osvobodí. Bro, tak tady je rys, ty vole, proč nemůžu mít rys? Tvůj sluha, to bude 2metrová momii. Sám se zamkni. Žili šťastně až do smrti. Aha. Iluze volby, když je všechno možné, nic není. Náš song, dokončí hru, dobrý ending se nepočítá. To je docela funny hra, jako nebudu lhát.
You have returned to me, though you were gone
Já to
for
ochladím.
moments. I never left your side.
Ona si mě pamatuje. Achievement odemčen. Zkus vyčkat tvůj osud. Kamo, tohle je, ty vole, tohle je reálně ještě kousíček od toho, aby mi to začalo měnit soubory na disku. Na chvíli to bude Just Monica. Monica.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Žábodík za prajmíčka.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path,
no nic, chat, máme jednu ráno.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Máme jednu ráno, já myslím, že je čas to zaříznout pro dnešek. Já jsem dneska trošku unavenější, možná, bo minimálně ze začátku jsem byl. Je jedna, začínáme teďko dřív streamečky, máme kolik, skoro 6,5 hodiny odstreamováno. Já bych řekl, že to je dobré. Se uložím. A jsem dobrý. Dej tu možnost, že to skipne to, co už si počul. Ale já si to většinou pamatuju, takže to skipuju. Ale jo, myslím, že to tam je někde, no, v těch preferencích. Deja vu Sans. Úžasný. Tam to někde bylo, no, tam v těch nastaveních. Tady to je? Jo, Hiratik za 5 bábů, ty šílenče. Takže Alan Wake nebude. Je 1 ráno, na Alana potřebuji 6 hodin, který do toho dám, do toho finále. Děkuji Hiratik za 5 klíště. Uložený to máme.